You spoke about how it's not just, in your opinion, the addiction. Pornography is a major addiction, in the society today, but it is a statement of fact. But Sheikh, my next question is, how could such images of this kind of nature become an addiction?
Because pornography is considered to be one of the supernormal stimulus. And what's that mean? There was a man by the name of Nicholas Timbergen who in 1973, believe it or not, he came up with this idea to create butterflies cardboards. And he decorated them in a manner that is to be more bigger than natural butterflies. He added a lot of colors and which is unnatural, beyond the norm that we usually see when we see butterflies. And he hanged them on trees where butterflies usually mate. And to his astonishment, he found that the real male butterflies start mating with the cardboards. And from there comes the idea of supernormal stimulus. This has been a research that was taken afterwards, and they prove it to be true, even when it comes to movies. How many of you here have watched Fast and Furious? Don't worry, Mufti is not looking. So. And when you're watching those guys driving cars on such a high speed, and they get into the trains and come out from the other side of the train, and mashallah, the car flies and goes to the ocean, and the people still okay. They are fine. They are not injured. They are not, they are still okay. If you were a fan of Indian movies like myself, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raja'un. Your brain probably has been, messed up already. So the point is, this is why pornography is and by the way, according to that research, they found that there are many supernormal stimulus. Drugs is one of them. Gaming, gambling, all of these are under this category of supernormal stimulus. Guess what? Pornography is #1 supernormal stimuli in the world today. Why is that so? Again, just to give you more insights on this, #1 today, as of today, it's accessibility. It has never been accessible in such easy way like today in history. In history, subhanAllah. So its accessibility makes it more addictive. Affordability, it's free. Back in the days, people used to rent VHS of that type and magazines and whatnot. Now you don't have to invest at all. Walayadu billah, may Allah protect us. It's aggressive nature. What people don't know, the viewers, they don't know that actually a 2 minutes clip has taken 1 hour to 2 hours to be recorded. Why? Because they wanted to shoot the perfect angles, the perfect shoot to get people hooked on these materials. And what happens is that the viewers would think that this is the real life intimacy. So they go home and try to imitate these actions with their spouses, and there comes also the damage. #4 also, people think that because now we are behind closed doors, we can access these content through very small devices. The anonymity that they have on mind, that no one is seeing me, walayadu billah, makes it more addictive. How many people here have got children? Raise up your hand. How many of those children have got some phones? MashaAllah, Nigerians don't have much children, Allahu Akbar. So what is 260 million that they got from? Guys, do you have children? Raise up your hand. Don't be shy, we will not take them. Yani. All right. How many of them have cell phones with internet connection? With internet connection. Scattered hand, mashallah. You're blessed, mashallah. How many of you parents allow their children to take the devices, into their bedrooms? Don't, there is nothing, no judging, no judgment. Now, if you're doing that, my brothers and sisters, you're actually giving a tool to your child to access pornography. It is as simple as that. If they will not come across these images intentionally, it will be sent to them. They will come across an image, or even on these Instagram and Snapchats and whatnot, and that will raise their curiosity. And they will think that this is the real thing, that it's going to happen later in the future. Regarding anonymity, by the way, I receive a lot of reports from people. I counsel people on a daily basis who are impacted and affected by this disease, walayadu billah. And some of them, subhanAllah, because of this anonymity, they think that no one is watching them from this filthy industry. They actually sometimes record them. And these records will be posted on these filthy websites and will be sent to those users for ransom. Now, people don't understand that side of pornography. Wallahi, there was a man in one city who has been, they took from his bank account over $200,000. $5,000, $7,000, $10,000. Why? Because he was at work. And he received that message, if you want this, if you want that. So he took the laptop to the bathroom and he did what he did. It was all recorded, and 20 minutes later, the recording was sent back to him. Listen, we know everything about you. We know what websites you're visiting. Give us that money, we will not send the clip to your wife. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. So because of that aggressive nature that the industry had developed, it becomes absolutely #1 addictive behavior in our time. And it does not spare anyone. Children, teenagers, married couples, elderly people who's been addicted for 20, 30, 40 years in that cycle by themselves. Religious people, non-religious peoples, Muslims, non-Muslims. In the year 2019 alone, pornographic website of that type, one of the most popular, of course we don't mention its name, reported 42 billion visits on that single website in a single year. In one of the African countries, without mentioning names, 130,000 search for pornographic sites per month. In another African countries that I do not like to mention, #1 in all the continent in terms of seeking pornography. May Allah protect us all. I just want to highlight something. There is hope, because the Mufti was talking about the hope, and absolutely, alhamdulillah, we have seen at the Aware Academy in the past 18 or 19 years now, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, dealing with this issue. Over 88% who take that route of recovery, alhamdulillah, to find their ways out and to live a life of sobriety. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us purity and sobriety from these diseases. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah, Sheikh Wael.